Corvin Appleby. My pronouns are they, them. I'm going to be GMing this game that I also wrote. So let's get to meet our players.
Mm-hmm. Starting CJ.
Oh, we're going left to right.
Wait, so we're not hearing anything?
Was that one lost to the
okay.
ages?
We were muted.
Okay, we were muted. That's okay. We're doing it live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tabletop Roulette Live. Today we're going to be playing Chandeliers and Caviar, a lasers and feelings hack for those who wish to indulge in the melodramatics of 19th century aristocracy. My name is Corvin. You can find me on Twitter at Corvin Appleby. My pronouns are they, them. I am going to be our GM for this session of a game that I also wrote. So, let's go around and get to meet our players, starting with the wonderful CJ.
Hello. Yes, my name is CJ. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me on Twitter at CJApples1. And I think we're going to go to Dusty.
Yes, hi. Hello, I'm Dusty. Normally I'm behind the scenes, but I'm going to be playing today. You could, if you want to follow me, I guess, I'm at Dusty Hill. But mostly you could just find me here at Tabletop Roulette as well. And throwing it to Adira.
Hi, I'm Adira Slattery. My pronouns are she, her, and this game is based off of my favorite musical. You can find me on Twitter at Adira Slattery, and you can also find the games that I make at adira.itch.io. Logan.
That's me. I'm Logan, he, him pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at ink_and_stories. And my game's also on itch at breathingstories.itch.io. Very excited. And luckily, last but not least, is Michael.
It's least. Hey, everyone. Mikey, I use he, him, and they, them pronouns. You can find me at Twitter at Mikey_Rids.
All right. Let me crack open some bubbly to pour in this champagne food.
So bubbly. Yes, we came all decked out in our fancy glasses. For those who have it.
Can I pour this without spilling it? All right, while I'm doing this, we're going to go through the process of character creation.
Yes.
So does anyone have, like, a concept in mind already? Like, there are a few basic components to character creation. There's deciding, your number, whether your heart tends to run hotter or colder. There is determining your nature. Are you naive? Are you virtuous? Are you tortured? Are you ambitious? Something near to your heart, whether it's roguery, revelry, social grace, beauty, spirituality, servitude, study, or something else. And then you choose an ambition that's going to guide you. Are you in it for status, for love, for pleasure, for revenge? And then after that, go ahead and tell us your given name, and if you so choose, one or two variations that certain people sometimes call you. In the musical, this is based off of Natasha Peer and the Great Comet of 1812. Natasha may also be known as Natalia or Natalie, for instance. So if you have nicknames, you can go ahead and say those as well.
I have the most basic of concepts in my head. Really, I'm looking to play like a southern scumbag. There'll be an accent in a little bit when we get there. But yeah, southern scumbag, name Charles, otherwise known as Charlie, definitely runs hot.
Hot or mega hot?
Definitely, I don't know mega high. I'm thinking either 4 or 5, just because, going very, what's it called? Very impulsive is what I wanted to do. So maybe 5. Yeah. Who knows? Definitely, I don't know. I'm gonna say charming, but also I don't know if that could be also.
If that's accurate, if that's just what he believes.
Maybe just what he believes. Charming, or maybe like ambitious. Who knows? I think definitely closer to the heart is either roguery or as quote unquote social grace. And I don't know an ambition. I'm thinking of either status or for like freedom from torment because both are very good.
Mhm.
But that's kind of what I got so far. Just like a southern scumbag, just kind of there.
Okay, so we've got Charlie or Charles. Does anyone else have like a basic idea?
I have a very basic idea, both in simplicity and just being basic. If you've watched the musical or listened to the musical, basically I'd like to be a combination of Dolokhov, the assassin, and Balaga.
Yes!
Troika driver.
Ooh.
He's just for fun.
Yeah, just for fun, but
fun.
also kind of a scumbag. Magnificent bastard, 100%.
Oh my god, yes. Is this magnificent bastard hot or cold?
Ooh,
Yes or no?
probably cold.
Cold? Kind of cold or super cold?
Kind of cold.
Kind
Like,
of cold.
Cold.
Yeah.
Put it at like a 3.
Mhm.
And then, how would you describe his nature in one word?
Impulsive.
Impulsive.
If Dusty didn't already say that.
I think Dusty was leaning towards ambitious, if I recall correctly.
Impulsive or ambitious, but I'm good being ambitious as well.
Yeah.
I mean, more
Uh,
impulsive people can only be a good thing.
Yes. What's near to our friend's heart here, Mikey?
Whatever the pleasure, just pleasure. Just gotta
Let's say
live.
revelry.
Revelry.
And then would ambition be for pleasure?
Absolutely.
And can we get a name for our buddy here? A first name,
Yeah.
just
Full name is Emilio Cordazar Brodas, or M, nicknamed Costa, I think. Costa. M or Costa.
okay. Alright. Who else? We got Charles, we got Emilio.
I can make a character.
Go for it.
All right, so let's go super hot.
Super hot.
Yes, that's a 5. And let's make the nature be naive.
Yes.
I think the ambition is for love, but I don't know what the heart should be. That's roguery, revelry, social grace, beauty, spirituality, servitude, study.
This is something that you're willing to throw yourself into, and it's also something that you will get to roll an additional die when it comes up, I believe.
Let's do beauty. Why not?
Beauty.
I'll have a very hot number and be very hot.
Yes. And can we get a name?
Yeah, name. Let me pull up one of the generators I like.
Yes.
Classic. That's what I did. Like, I was just Googling names.
All right. Generating a bunch of names. Let's go. Oh, what's this? Is this a nickname? Russian form of Nelly. Oh, yeah, I'll do Nelly.
Ooh.
Nelly.
Ooh.
Nelli. It appears to be a Russian name.
Oh.
And let's extend it for the nickname to like what do people do? French nicknames.
Mellery.
Melisandre.
Yeah, sure. Melisandre. Yeah.
Melisandre. Ooh.
All right, we got 3.
Yeah, I got one. I will be Alexander, also Xander or Alec, but not Alex, because then if
Alec.
it's possessive, it's Alex's, and that just sounds bad. So no. Cold, super cold. I'll grab a 2, kind of balance it out. It could be fun. Nature. I'm gonna say. I mean, he probably thinks of himself as virtuous. That might come off as snobbish to everybody else. Telling deities out of social grace. So yeah, very concerned with how he appears socially. Ambition, I'm going to say for status. Yep, and Alexander.
Right. Am I... All right, I will go. I was thinking sort of like a patron of the arts almost, like, you know, one of those people who always goes to the opera and the gallery openings and the orchestra and all that. I'm not generally what has been the spread of like cold to hot so
It's been
far.
completely even.
I'm 5.
Okay.
5. I'm 4. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
2.
I think I'm gonna.
Oh wow, yeah, it's 1 of each.
Then you know what? I'm gonna be smack in the middle. Let's go for a little bit of that variety.
Could we do
wait, no, it's
3.5?
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'll do a 3.
3.235.
I'm not getting that mathematical.
Okay, 3.
Let's go. I'm gonna go with a 3. Because I think this person is not super cold, but definitely sort of reserved. I think I will go with sensible as sort of the descriptor. Choose a nature. Naive, virtuous, tortured, ambitious, charming, fierce. I want to say whatever the opposite of naive is. Worldly, almost.
Worldly.
Nice.
Or like, you know, something like that.
Being that you're like super like person of the arts, I almost want to do either ambitious or tortured.
Yeah.
This is
be tortured.
Oh yeah,
Good.
I'm a tortured artist. What can I say? I think something near to my heart is beauty. Absolutely.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
And an ambition for pleasure. Why else?
Ooh.
Given name. Sorry, I had a list up here. Valia.
Valia.
And what pronouns for Valia?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I'll go with something gender neutral because I'm not sure. So like they.
Sweet.
Good.
Okay. All right. All right, now we are going to determine relationships with 2 other people at the table. There is a fun little 6-sided die table if you want to roll for that. If you want to roll and then decide, I didn't like that, you can disregard it. So first, let's determine Emilio's relationship to Charles.
You're muted.
4.
4. Okay, so that would be tender affection, mutually shared, past or present.
This is
Why is it that every game that I play with Dusty,
this is unfortunately not a new occurrence. Not unfortunately, but
Surprisingly, not a new occurrence.
not a new occurrence.
let's make it present.
Sure, yeah.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
Let's see. It's 1 seat tier. It occurs to me now that Dusty was supposed to roll for that, but it doesn't.
It's okay.
It's
I can
fine.
roll next if anything.
Yeah, if you want to roll for the 1, 2 to your left, Dusty, and I'm just going off of like how they're lined up in the Google Doc. So roll for Charles's relationship with Xander.
So 6. A mutual acquaintance exists.
Oh, good. So you each get to roll 1 die.
Ooh.
Four.
Ooh. I also got a 4.
So one of you is dating the other person's ex.
Oh,
Ooh, juicy.
spicy.
I would say maybe you would be dating my ex.
I'm into it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I like
Do you want to tell me a bit about your ex?
Not really. Let's see. Oh,
Any
I don't.
any gender, it's fine for me to play.
They're let me see. I would say maybe they're the ex because they're like the opposite. So very, very cold. Very very like the opposite of impulsive. So
Analytical.
cold, analytical. They are very much maybe in something like their ambition is something for order or I think for order. So they're like very like an opposite, and like they're next for like a reason, like how we got together. Who could tell? That was a lifetime ago.
All right, Xander, do you want to tell us who you're dating? What their name is?
Oh, I'm terrible at names. Dusty, do you have a name off the top of your head?
Let's go Javier.
Javier.
Caviar.
All right. I should write this down as well. Dating Javier.
Javier.
Okay, and then okay, so those are Charles's 2 relationships. Mikey, can you roll for Emilio's relationship with Melly?
All right, that's a 3.
We're friends.
Friends.
Great.
Friends.
Nice. Friends.
Friends.
By
Because
love or
friend
convenience.
is a friend till the end of the end.
And then Emilio's relationship with Valia.
All right, here we go. 5.
Rivals.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Respectfully or otherwise.
Okay.
Which is it?
Yeah.
I so want to round out like a love pentagon or something, but I think like just actual rivals would be better.
Yeah.
Just because someone is your rival does not mean you cannot fuck.
Facts.
This is very
Some would say
Says,
it makes it
wrong.
says
hotter.
the author of Tension.
So actual rivals,
Actual rivals.
Actually.
but it's got room to.
Room
Yeah.
to grow.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And then Adira, can we get Melly's relationship to Alexander?
Yes. We are rivals.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Yes.
And then Melly's relationship to Charles.
Do you want to be respectful rivals?
Oh,
Logan?
yes, good question.
Yeah, I feel like respectful. Like we respect each other. And it's I want to say maybe a pretty well known rivalry. Like when either
Sure.
like the two of us show up, everyone's like, okay, here we go.
Fine.
These two.
Fine.
Keep
And then-
them over there and them on that side of the room.
Charles is my family.
Oh,
Ooh.
Ooh, maybe that's got something to do with it because I'm dating Charles's ex.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And I'm dating Char. Oh, that's weird.
so how are Melly and Charles related?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna need a diagram to keep track of all this.
It's a complicated Russian novel.
Everyone has 9 different names.
Yeah.
Facts.
You got to look it up in your programs.
Yeah.
So, Dusty, what do you think? Do you want to be siblings? Do you want to be cousins? Do you want to be different ages? Like, do you want to be like Charles is my uncle or something? Like, where do you want to go?
Oh, but if I was your uncle, I could be just that gross, sleazy uncle that he like you.
You're related, but you're just like, oh, Charles again.
Do you
Well,
wanna go with that?
Yeah, we could. Nellie is very naive, so she'd be like, oh, Charles is weird.
Yeah, right. What are they up to?
What is up
again?
with that? Yeah.
Yeah, what's up with this Charlie?
Yeah, you're my uncle now. My friend is dating my uncle.
That's not weird at all.
No,
Well,
not at all.
the thing about royalty is that,
that's
and like
true.
all these different
Yeah.
things, is that you could. I mean, like you can like have an uncle who's like younger than you. Like it's all.
Well,
Yeah,
I
all
mean,
sorts of
I
odd
like
shit.
Yeah.
in real life in the 21st century have an uncle who's like 3 years older than me because they're just like remarriages and stuff in my family.
I mean, I've been an uncle since I was like 4 years old, so you know.
There you go. Yeah.
It's
I know
just
someone
weird.
who's my age who like has a half sibling who's almost my mom's age.
Mhm.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
just weird. They're like, oh, I'm dating your Uncle Chuck.
Oh, Chuck would be a good name, but probably Charles wouldn't like being called Chuck,
Yeah.
but that could be another nickname.
Chuck was my dad.
Oh, but maybe only by Amelia.
I'll accept that. I will accept that.
All right, and then Logan, let's find out Xander's relationship with Valia.
All right. 3. We're friends.
Nice.
Hey.
I love our convenience.
We're all in the same class.
I want to say, yeah, I feel like Xander would get along with Valia, like similar, maybe traveling in similar circles.
Yeah. I
yeah,
think
don't
we're
know
both
why I
sort
said
of
that, yeah.
socialites.
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
sense.
totally. Awesome.
And then Alexander's relationship with Emilio, besides the whole thing with Charles and Javier.
It would have been really great if I rolled like a 4, but I rolled a 1 for the family.
Oh my god!
So I think that's pretty great as well.
Ooh,
That's so
ooh.
good.
So,
Okay.
dating my ex, but related
I'm dating-
to my current partner, but also
I'm
rivals with
with your niece, and I'm related to your current partner. How do you want to be, Mikey? How do you want to be related between Xander and Emilio?
Oh, please, like somehow distant cousins. Let's just make this like the simplest we can do it without being like second
Okay.
cousin, second cousin.
Second cousin. Right. Okay.
second cousin.
This is what my mind goes through when I think of the Dusty verse.
Yes, exactly. And
Cool.
then, okay, Valia, what's your relationship like with Charles?
All right, let's see.
Let's twist it further.
Oh, that's a 5.
Rivals.
We're rivals.
Not a lot of enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Um.
Valia and Melly? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
All right. No. That is a 3. So we are friends, either by love or convenience.
You want to love?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say for rivals, unfortunately, it's going to be not respectfully whatsoever.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. with the utmost respect to you as a person and
Yes, obviously, but Charles.
disrespect to Charles as a character.
Yes, it got 100%.
All right. So, Charles's relationships with everyone. Charles is dating Emilio. Charles's ex, Javier, is dating Alexander. Charles's niece is Melly. And Charles's rival is Valia.
Who's friends with Melly.
Yes.
Yes.
We all have friends who we don't like their friends.
This is true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Let's see. Emilio's relationship. Emilio's dating Charles, friends with Melly, second cousins with Alexander, and
Actual rivals with Valia.
yes.
Yes.
Actually,
Actual rivals.
we're both rivals with Valia.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm just that
Well,
Oh my
we know
gosh,
where
that's
going.
perfect.
Ooh.
Just a couple who hates one person.
Hey,
Is
Uncle
that why you're
Chuck,
dating?
fuck that person in particular,
Yes, you got together over your mutual hatred. Oh, yeah.
right? Did we hate fuck? Are you kidding?
Well,
They
but it was
just
someone
really
else's
ticked
hate.
you guys off.
What did you do?
Yeah, we'll find out.
That's a great question. I'm excited to find out.
Yeah, what, Uncle Chuck?
So, Melly is Charles's niece, Emilio's
Friend.
friend.
I had this all written down for me.
Yes, you're friends with your uncle's partner.
Uh-huh.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Mhm.
You are rivals, respectfully, with Alexander,
Yep.
and you are close friends with Valia. Alexander, you are dating Javier, Charles's ex. You are second cousins with Charles's partner, Emilio. You are respectful rivals with Charles's niece, Melly. And you are friends with Valia.
Mhm.
Valia, your friends are Charles and Alexander. Your rivals are Emilio and... Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. Sorry. Your friends are Melly and Alexander. Your rivals are Charles and Emilio.
Binary.
These are
Only
your
binary.
friends. These are your enemies. All right, the last thing before we get play started, setup,
Mhm.
or the selection of plot starters, or the process of prologue. So at the beginning of the session, all players, including me, roll a d6 to consult the starter type table, then roll another 6 to derive a prompt from the appropriate type table. We will write down our starters, and then once they've all been rolled, each player will choose one that appeals to them or that is fitting of their character and will take the scrap of paper. The GM will discard whichever starter is not chosen, and will then ask if anyone would like to use their starter to establish a scene. So who would like to roll the first starter?
I mean, I've rolled mine.
I rolled
just
mine.
rolled mine too.
Let me roll mine real quick. Okay. So I will share mine. Mine is on the misfortune table. Someone is very ill. Will they recover? Who shall tend to them? Who else?
Oh, you want us to read our starters?
Yeah, just read the starters.
Oh, I got a love letter. Who is it from? Shall you respond?
Oh.
I will go next because I also got a love letter. Who is it from? Shall you respond?
2 love letters.
A love
From 2 different people to the same person.
love letter. A love letter. A love letter.
I rolled on the society table. Someone comes home from the war. How have they changed? Who must they see before leaving?
I had an idea, but I'm not the player, so I won't say anything.
I lost track of where my thing is, but I rolled a 3. I don't know what table though.
That's the heart.
the heart.
Do you want to roll again?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, 2.
Oh my god.
Another love letter.
The 3 love letters.
Love letter.
So I got status, and then mine is I rolled a 5 for status. You live up to your reputation for better or for worse. How do people see you? How do you prove them right?
Mm.
Oh, that one's spicy. Okay, so who wants what? Open pick. Who wants love letters?
I wonder if
Who
they're
doesn't
all
want
from
love letters?
different people, or it's the same person writing love letters to everyone to cause chaos.
One person either really loves us all or
Yeah.
really hates us.
I want to receive a love letter at least.
I just want
Hell
one.
yeah.
Please.
I
Yeah, I like the
will
idea of the
give
same
you one of those
person
love
writing
letters.
different people love
Yeah,
letters.
I do like that a lot.
That is very funny.
I would love to receive a love letter, but if someone else super wants it, I will concede.
Well, there's enough for a few people to take them.
Mhm.
A love letter to Melly, a love letter to Alexander. And then we have these 4 prompts left.
And we're rivals too.
Another love letter. Ooh. Someone's home from the war or living up to your reputation.
I feel like we should start with love letters for sure. Just one of the love letters.
All right, so the 3 love letters go to Valia, Melly, and Alexander. Well, it works because with the exception of Alexander, none of them have. The 2 people who don't get love letters are the ones who are romantically entangled with each other already.
That's fair. Yeah.
What if Javier's ill?
Mm.
I was thinking, what if Javier came home from the war?
Interesting.
I think
Both those are good.
those are both
Very
I want
good.
to party
Yeah.
with Javier.
Well, maybe you won't be ill then if you want to have a party. We'll be back from the war. We'll have a coming home party.
Oh, okay. And they're like they're ill. Which is why they're back from the war.
Mhm.
Could be.
So do we want to tie those 2 together? Javier comes home from the war because he's ill.
Mm.
He got honorably discharged for being ill and throwing him a party
Came down with melancholia.
Oh,
where we all happen to
Melancholia,
write
yes,
and
yes.
receive.
Maybe we all go to this party and we all find like love letters tucked under our plates or something at the dinner table.
Anonymous
Yes.
love letters stuck under our plates.
It's the romantic version of Knives Out.
Yes.
Hearts
Hearts out.
Did you both just like jinx each other on that?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. You're perfect for each other. Okay,
Okay, I'm very into this premise.
so where should our scene begin?
I mean, if Javier's coming home, I can probably host at my estate. And I'll invite various people. I invite, of course, Valia, because we have been to many parties together and I enjoy their company. I'll invite Melly to continue our respectful rivalry over dinner.
Are you going to try
and I
to
think-
one up her this party?
yeah, in front of Javier, of course, just to settle things. And I don't know, maybe Melly was like, "Oh, can you invite my uncle?"
Yeah,
No.
sure, definitely.
Oh, what if you just say
And
my
like-
uncle and don't like elaborate?
Oh yeah. Can my uncle and his friend come? Is that okay?
Yes, the more the merrier, of course.
Oh,
and I'll give
splendid,
you an
splendid.
extra invite.
My uncle is an old acquaintance of Javier's.
Oh, that'd probably be good for Javier then. To have familiar faces around.
Yes.
Good thinking. Thank you. Yeah, so I suppose then there'll be a number of other people as well, perhaps family members of Javier's and that sort of thing. Can
You
my
invite
estate.
my uncle and his friend, your second cousin. Please forget to send one to Emilio. That would be the best.
I think that's
Yeah, it sounds like it's happening.
Emilio is
Alright.
coming anyways.
Alright. So
Yeah, I mean,
how
you're
do
coming with
you
Charles.
prepare for the party?
A lot of house
I
cleaning.
get. Go ahead.
I would say a lot of house cleaning, lots of prettying up. I'll put lots of, like a big welcome home Javier banner along the front of the house. And there's Javier's favorite flower, which is a magnolia. Lots of magnolia type decorations everywhere. And then dress fancy. That's about it.
Valia, how do you prepare for the party?
Oh, just lots of comparing outfits in the wardrobe and trying to recall, oh, what are the latest fashion trends? What shall I wear so as not to offend? But still be nice looking, and just sort of a very thoughtful and calculated primping.
Melly, how do you prepare for the party?
A flurry of just throwing clothes. I gotta wear something. Grabbing an outfit. Sure, throw that one on. Come on, Charlie.
I think definitely Charles. He'd be talking to me, and I was like, "Well, my niece invited me down to this party, and they invited y'all to come with us. I forget who it was for, but I had to be nice to the niece."
Come on, let's go.
What do you say, Emilio? Are you
Emilio is probably just like the exact opposite of what Valia is doing. Like, will this offend someone? Great. Extra rum and vodka and like slightly too large of pants. Definitely borrowing Charles' cologne perfume.
probably yeah, and just like
It's perfume. It's perfume.
yeah. Charles just like with getting the tie ready, just like, yeah, I don't know how long we're gonna stay, but but at least I respect her. I'll say that I respect my niece.
Well, whatever it is certainly going to be interesting.
Yay! Interesting.
All right, so the three of you are rolling up together, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, and then I assume, let's say that Valia gets there first,
Yes.
so we can have a little bit of Valia and Alexander moment before the rest arrive.
I'll sort of open the door when Valia arrives. I said, Valia, punctual as usual.
Yes. Hello. Good to see you, Xander.
You as well. Thank you for accepting my invitation.
Absolutely. It's good to hear that Javier is coming home safely, or very...
Yes. He is, well, a little under the weather, we shall say, but I hope that this party shall rouse his spirits.
That is a shame, but I do hope it'll rouse his spirits, yes.
Yes, that is the wish. But yes, please enter. You'll find a table with drinks and some small...
Dear, I love the decor you've done in here.
Thank you. Yes, Magnolia's Javier's favorite, so
yes,
I think he'll be well pleased when he comes down the stairs.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yes, Javier is still getting prepared. I didn't want to put any of the stress of the preparations on him, so he's still upstairs and he'll come down later tonight at some point.
Absolutely understandable. We don't want to stress him out. I'm sure he has been through so much already.
Yes, quite. He has told me some details, but not a lot at this point. But please make yourself comfortable.
Absolutely. and they enter the sitting room or whatever the parlor.
Drawing room.
Yes. And will probably take a pour. Is this the sort of house where there would be servants? If this is that sort of house, they will ask a servant for a glass, and if not, pour a glass themselves of,
I want to say not.
All right.
Yeah, I want to say
Lovely.
Alexander is modern
Good.
or
A good,
perhaps just
honorable
trying to.
man who does
trying to
his own
minimize
work,
their
and I
focus.
appreciate that.
Of course, I know we both understand the benefits of doing things for oneself,
Absolutely.
and I didn't want to overwhelm Javier when he came back. At any rate, just folks he knows and some friends, I believe. I think an old friend of his will be coming tonight, so I think that will be a nice surprise for him. I think.
Good. I'm sure that will be a lovely surprise for him.
Yes.
Yes. Well, they pour themselves a glass of, small glass, not the best liquor there, trying to, I'm the first person here. I don't want to, kind of go too hard too early. Just start out small. To Javier.
Javier.
All right, and then the party of 3 arrives.
It's definitely Melly.
Like knocking on the door.
Yes, but noticing
Hello.
Charlie.
I brought people.
Yes,
Alexander.
you did, Charles.
Alexander.
Great.
Melly,
Oh,
what
fine. And Melly just
why
runs.
are we here? Oh, okay.
Emilio?
Yeah, cousin Alex. Long time no see, and like grips in a handshake that is just a little bit too tight.
This
Charles.
is the Charles you are seeing. I see.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Oh, you know Emilio.
Oh, we're
Yes.
second cousins. Close.
Yes, share a familial bond.
I need a drink. And he's just gonna walk in.
Yes.
Well, I was delighted to see the invitation from Charles. If you'll excuse me. Amelia runs off.
I think Charles will find Melly and's like, Melly, why are we here again? Like,
Didn't you know Javier?
Javier?
Yeah, he's back from the war. This is a party for him.
Yeah. That's why we're all here, because Javi.
Yes, because
Okay.
isn't he such a nice man? Isn't he so great?
Yeah. No, Javier's okay.
I know you always have the best of taste, Uncle.
And then it's like, okay, I'm gonna head to the dining room, and then they're gonna see Val's like, you're here too. All right. Good afternoon, Val.
Yes. Hello, I wasn't expecting to see you here today.
I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting to see anyone here today. I'm here because of my niece. And lo and behold, it's everyone that I know.
Valia, hello.
Yes.
Hi. Melly's so like jumping.
Oh, Melly, what a delight.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, you are. Oh, it's so wonderful to see you, dear.
It's wonderful to see you too. Xander has
Yes.
interesting house.
Yes, he does. Quite. The magnolias are really something.
They're flowers.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Very interesting color. The whole decor really brings out the brightness in the space.
Yes.
At this point, Charles
No
is
clue what's going on.
definitely uncorking the scotch, or like from like one of those fancy bottles, and just
Oh,
bringing it
Emilio's
up.
already bringing it over. He's got like
Oh.
2 champagne flutes. Like,
He like
Charles.
Charles. Oh,
Valia just gives them both a little side eye.
Oh, Valia. Charles, I believe Javier wanted to see you for something in the drawing room. Are we not in the drawing room?
I imagine we're like in the sitting room, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe.
In the drawing room. So, come on.
All right, Emilio.
Look back to Valia and just kind of whisper to Charles, like, "You're welcome."
Much obliged.
Well, thank you, guests, all expected and unexpected, for coming at the invitation that you received. As you know, this is a celebration for Javier, who has returned from the war, honorably discharged. And you may have heard rumors as to why that is, but let me put to rest that it was, in fact, an honorable discharge, and he has served his time well. This is a celebration to welcome him home, back to safety again. As such, I will thank you to make sure that this is a wonderful night for him. He is still preparing upstairs and will make his entrance when he feels ready.
Here.
To Javier.
Yes.
To Javier.
Javier.
Side-eyeing Amelia.
So, Xander, do you want to go through some of your thoughts for the evening? I'm unsure exactly.
Yes, well,
doesn't seem to be any entertainment or.
I understand. I see. Well, I always found the wit of my fellows to be entertaining enough. Perhaps your wit is not up to scratch, but I think I can provide for the both of us. If that is your feeling? My dear friend here as well, Valia, has quite a strong wit.
Yes. Well, of course, Valia has a much stronger wit than you, so that should suffice.
Dear.
Well, they're not
Melly,
wrong.
you have many wonderful qualities.
Thank you. I agree so
I
much.
get to see them.
Well, I will have to show you.
Certainly try.
So, okay, yeah.
Don't worry, Charles. We shan't be expecting any wit from you.
So funny.
Yeah.
And as Charles stews silently, a voice from the doorway says, "Often at a loss for words, aren't we, Charles?" And standing in the door is Javier. And I think that is a good time for a break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job, everyone.
Yeah, it's good quarantine party energy.
Oh
my
yeah.
God, yeah. This is
First party
actually
back.
the actual purpose of this stream was for all of us to practice socializing again, just to dust off the.
Because none of us have left our house in the past year. All right. Awesome. Cool.
I know we're going. live.
Just kidding.
JK.
Hi, welcome back to Chandeliers and Caviar. Before we proceed with play today, we have a fun announcement that Dusty is going to share with us. You're not going to want to miss it.
Yeah, no, it's going to be right now. So if you were looking at the chat, you would have noticed. So TTRPG, Tabletop Roulette. We do have a threadless shop with shirts that you could get for logo, and you can get it on shirts, mugs, shower curtains, all that. But now we have new designs that I put up. So we have throwback to our last series. It's a Meat Space shirt for Headspace. So it's Meat Space design. You could get just the name, or you could get Meat Space with the background, which looks great on sticker. Again, you could probably get this on a mug or a shower curtain. Don't you want a shower curtain that says Meat Space? There's also a couple designs. There's a baby gay design for all the baby gays in our audience. The elder gay design for people like me who are all the elder gays in the audience. And I believe that's all. And threadless, you could get all these designs and many different things, like literally cup, mug, phone case, notebook. You could get a print of it. I wouldn't recommend that, but cheese or bliss. But also right now, there is a sale going on. I believe it's 15% off until the 23rd. There is a code for free shipping, free ship 521 also until the 23rd. So if you want to get more Tabletop Roulette merch and help support us and get some really fun designs, go check it out.
All
now,
right.
Let's go back to awkward party tier.
Thank you so much. Okay. So where we left off, Javier has now entered the room. And he addresses you all and says, "Good evening. Good evening, Qualia. How do you do?"
Delighted. How are you?
Well, I've been better, but I've certainly seen worse.
Yes, unfortunately, war will do that, but hopefully a night like tonight can help you, relax and ease back into the finer things in life.
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would be, certainly.
Melly,
Hello.
still as chipper as ever.
Thank you. How are you?
Well, I could certainly do with some of your good spirits.
Splendid. Well, they're here.
And I'm glad for it.
Mm-hmm.
Charles.
Nice to see you, Javi.
Mm-hmm. Emilio.
Javier.
Have you been treating my cousin well? Nope. Can I try that sentence again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you been treating your cousin here well in my absence?
Oh, of course. We're all in the highest of spirits, and I raise my pant leg to show the various bottles of vodka and rum that I have stashed.
And Javier is going to reach out with an open hand.
Valia looks a bit scandalized at the things under the all the bottles strapped to his leg. How
It's
do you even
scandalous for
fit
two
that all
reasons.
under there? Those pants didn't look that big.
He has... Shody had the apple bottom jeans.
Bell bottoms.
It's got bell bottoms.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's probably the nicest thing you've said about me. If I didn't know any better, I thought you would be hitting on me or something.
Emiliano, may I? Emilio, may I? Jesus.
Uh,
What did they put in this sparkling water?
Water.
Yes.
Bubbles.
And natural flavors too.
Natural.
It's the natural flavors that's doing it.
They always get you.
That always get me. I didn't eat enough food for these natural flavors.
Javier is certainly one of the other beverages here would be more to your taste than my cousin's pant alcohol.
Now you don't need to say it like that.
Yes,
you know
I
Emilio's
appreciate.
just always ready.
I appreciate your concern, my dear. But I certainly drank out of worse while I was abroad, as it were.
Are we having
You
a
could
pants
certainly
alcohol
drink
party
that.
then?
Oh, goodness, please no.
Who
No,
else has
no.
alcohol in their pants?
Anybody? Come on. One more.
No,
Well.
Xander, you're right. I'll
I
Pour
think this
myself
experience is
glass
not
of brandy.
universal.
Aw.
Well, I don't
Let
know
me
about
pour it
that.
for you, dear.
thank you.
Charles is actually going to go over to Emilio and the other pants leg lift up and grab a bottle of scotch that he has there. Thanks for holding this for me.
That's love.
Glenfiddich 12.
Love is
Honestly-
reserving a pants leg.
Honestly, Charles, not the best for a party, but who am I to doubt your tastes?
You know, I would say none of this energy here is the best for a party, but who am I to judge?
Well, then we must fix the energy. Sandra, how could you have let it get like this? Now, everyone, let's try smiling. Every 1, 2, 3, smile.
Does anyone smile?
No.
Amelia's smiling.
No. Logan's smiling. Xander is
Valia
no.
does that smile that you know is really fake and kind of pained.
Oh, high school, like school picture.
Yeah.
Like,
Two of
Charles
you got
just
it.
like
Come on,
gets the
Emilio,
glass and
Vanya,
just-
looking good.
Charles just gets the glass. Mhm. What?
How about
I
some
need
music?
some more alcohol.
Well, check with Emilio.
Xander's
think
going to
it's
go
safe
to
to
like
say-
a record player, start some music in the background.
What's the jam? Is it? No, that's what I call music. 19th century.
So
That's what I
fresh.
call
I don't know. I was
1965.
just Googling when record players were like invented, and that's closer to like that is post where we are now.
Ooh.
Because
Like
we're in
60 years from
now.
I believe where the
So,
game is
but
set,
I
yeah.
believe Javier will go over to the piano in the corner of the room and sit down to play.
Hmm. Marvelous.
Thank you so much. Lovely.
Beautiful.
What a
What?
gentleman.
Boring as fuck. Charlie, I live for the
There's,
like a little
there
while.
is
Do you not
definitely.
appreciate the gorgeous piano?
Oh, I appreciate it. I just want a little more fun. Can you blame me?
Yes.
Emilio, we are guests. Say it quieter.
All
At
right.
least pretend you
We
have
are
some guests.
guests.
Yes, exactly, Sander.
Valia, do you still sing? I hear, your voice has graced a number of operas now and then.
Ah, yes. I would be delighted to lend my voice if you
Well-
will have me.
I was hoping that I could make another musical reference, but
Oh.
Rachmaninoff was 60 years later as well. Damn it.
Well,
Do you have to roll for singing?
I
Sing,
would
sing.
say, okay, is it
Sing
singing
out of character.
to... Are you singing with precision or passion?
Ooh.
Like, are you singing
ooh.
to show off technique, or are you feeling the music?
I think I'm singing to show off technique.
Then I would try to roll under your number,
Alrighty.
or maybe, or
I think so.
it's,
Over.
I think it's
Over.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's
Yeah.
cold.
Over? Okay. Oh.
Yes, if it's cold, you're rolling over. I only wrote this game.
That is a match. So my cold is a 3. I rolled a 3.
Good. Okay, you've been struck by an epiphany. Ask the GM or any other player whose character is involved in the scene a simple question regarding the circumstances at hand. They must answer it truthfully. You may change your action accordingly, then roll again. Perhaps take this opportunity to deliver a soliloquy about your feelings. There's never a wrong time for a soliloquy about your feelings. You have many, many feelings.
Yes. Oh, I have so many feelings. Well, you see, it has certainly been wonderful to see Javier come home, and I don't remember him being such a wonderful man and such a kind-hearted person. And, obviously I would never, ever get in the way of anything he has with Xander. But,
That butt is doing a lot right now.
I think Valia is going to ask
and this is you asking the player.
Yeah.
So you can get some deep character insight, potentially.
Some deep cuts.
Yeah.
The suspense.
I think Valia definitely wants to talk to Charles, because, she doesn't really like him, but for some reason she has been invited to... Yes, I think Valia is going to talk to Charles and ask Charles what Charles thinks Xander sees in Javier.
So, Charles, what do you think Xander sees in Javier?
I'll be honest, there's a lot. I don't know what's not to see. Javier is he's a little hard-headed. They like to do their things in a certain manner.
And really clash with mine. I don't all these rules.
Yes,
some people call them
aware.
laws, I guess. And sometimes they
I'm
may be
aware.
broken. Yes, I mean but
I don't know. There's a lot to see in Javier right now. So I couldn't pinpoint an exact one, Not to say, you could probably figure out how, they're saying it.
What?
No. But yeah, I'm not gonna say it out too loud, but Javier is they're all right. They're all right.
Okay. Well, have fun drinking your literal bootleg liquor.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, and then would you like to change your action or continue?
My original action was to join Javier at the piano singing, correct? I think I think they're going to keep doing that.
All right. I'm also going to say that, I think that you're definitely... This is definitely, about beauty for you. So I would say that, you probably... I would say that circumstance favors you here.
Okay.
So you'll get to roll 2d6.
All right.
Ooh.
6 and a 1.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So,
You barely scrape by a complication, harm, or cost. you sing this beautiful aria, and exactly like that. And at the end, you ambitiously leap for a high note, and you nail the note perfectly. But right at the end, your voice breaks, and suddenly you find yourself feeling rather hoarse.
You doing all right there?
Yes, I'm doing perfectly all right. Yes.
Yeah, it very much sounds like you're doing great.
Oh no, I'm perfectly fine. I always sound like this after I sing. It's a little bit tiring, but I will be fine in 10 minutes, I assure you.
Oh yeah, sure.
She's lying
Wonderful
through her teeth.
performance. Wonderful performance. Thank you, Valia.
Yeah, they're lying
Yes,
through their
and
teeth.
they all clap. Everyone claps.
Amelia claps twice.
That was a slow clap.
Charles just, it's real great.
Well, yes, some certain Charles you could have given a much better performance.
Mhm.
Oh, no one's asking that. I'm just,
Yes, no one is asking. That is correct. Thank you.
well, all right.
Oh, well, I could ask. Go on. I want to hear what you have, Charles. Wink.
No, we don't need to get any part of that. I don't. No, not tonight. Not tonight.
You
Not
must,
even
come
at the
on.
behest of your papa.
Uncle, please, gracious with your voice.
Yes, grace us.
All right, well, if y'all insist, and then he's gonna go up next to Javier and it's like, why don't you play one of those tunes we used to do back in the day?
And Javier nods and kind of fumblingly at first plays. What sort of songs did you sing together? My
Horny
first
ones.
instinct is like something like bluesy kind of.
It would definitely be more bluesy, 100%.
You know, the old Russian folk song, St. James Infirmary.
Oh, the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
No, yeah, definitely something more bluesy, and he's gonna sing between sips of the scotch.
Mhm.
I am not going to sing.
That's fair. So are you does my question, I guess, is do the old feelings resurface during the song?
I would think for this, being back with Javier and just like Charles is getting kind of back into the tune, and the scotch is like helping a lot, just like reminiscing back. Like he's definitely getting those feelings back 100%.
So in which case, I would say that this is that you are behaving hotly.
Oh,
And I would say that because the two of you have a history that you're drawing on, that circumstance favors you. So you can go ahead and roll 2d6. You're shooting for under a 4.
Under, okay. Behaving. I got a 4 and a 1.
Okay, so you get to, first of all, you've been struck by an epiphany. You can ask me or anyone else at the table, because everyone's involved in this scene, a simple question regarding the circumstances at hand.
I kind of want to ask Alexander. How's Alexander feeling with Charles singing with Charles's ex, but your partner?
Yeah, I think as Xander is looking over, he's feeling I think he's feeling, at first he's like, oh, whatever, Charles is, doesn't particularly like Charles, and feels unconcerned. But like he can see that there is something there, and the fact that Charles is like, oh, one of the songs we used to sing, and Javier knew exactly what to play right away, and that they seem to like just get back in the groove really well. And that this song I think kind of fits Javier's mood and seems to like settle Javier a little bit. He's like, oh, maybe there's something here. And I think he's maybe holding it with curiosity, like, oh, is this a better way that I could connect with Javier? So mainly curiosity, I think he's holding it with.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to change what you're doing or proceed?
Oh, definitely proceed.
All right.
Definitely
Roll.
proceed. Oh, under, right?
Yes.
3 and a 2.
Okay. 2 of your dice succeed. You manage it cleanly. Describe your triumph.
Okay. So they're getting into it, and Charles is like, as the song goes on and the cup of scotch starts to disappear more and more, he is moving along with the tune, and even at one point maybe grabs Javier's shoulder and looks at him and like at one point in the song is singing to Javier again, and looks back and then sings the next part to the song to Emilio, and he is just really about it, and also the fact that he's showing off in front of Val, just he's feeling pretty great.
All right. So you finish your number, and everyone, I assume, applauds.
Bravo, Uncle! Bravo!
Well, yeah. Thank you. Val, if you want, maybe sometime we could take some lessons together.
I'll say I'm certainly happily surprised. Charles, thank you for sharing that.
Oh, for you, Alexander, anything. He just walks away.
And let's see. And at this point, I'm going to say that your throat, Valia, still feels a bit scratchy. And so you go into the kitchen to get yourself another glass of water. And on the kitchen island, you see an envelope.
Interesting.
I want to say Alexander, we have permission GM, enters the kitchen at this point, getting ready to serve dinner. Do you hide the envelope from Xander, or?
What, is there anything on the envelope?
You take a look at the envelope and you see your name on it.
I slip it inside my jacket, I think. So I probably know that Alexander is there. And not that I don't want Alexander to see the letter. I just don't know yet. I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm just a little wary as a person.
You're not trying to hide, but you're not trying to share.
Exactly.
I would say that this seems like a roll.
This does.
Right.
I would say that you're trying to keep it cool. You're trying to not give away that anything has happened.
Yes.
So I'm going to say that you are behaving coldly.
Yes.
And I'm going to, let's see. Yeah, I don't know if there could be any bonuses derived from this.
Yeah. I don't think so. I'm just going to roll 1d6.
Let's see how it goes.
Oh, that's a 3 again.
All right. So you can ask me or Logan a question about this scene.
Um. Does Alexander know the letter is there?
No.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm definitely gonna try and not make its presence known. I'm gonna roll again. Keeping my same course of action. That's a 1!
All right. You
Nice.
slip it in your pocket. Alexander, you might get the slightest inkling that something is odd, but
Yeah.
you don't see any real evidence to back that up.
Wait, sorry, is cold roll under or over?
Oh, wait. Oh,
Oh.
just kidding.
Ha!
I got mixed up once again.
Temperature is below your roll. Yeah, then I fail.
Okay, I'm going to say that you fumble and drop the letter, and it lands at your feet, Alexander.
Oh. Holly, you drop this? And I think he looks at it for a moment. I don't know, GM, would I recognize the handwriting on the front of the envelope?
That's a bold. You know what? I'm gonna say, try to take a close look at it. Try to be analytical.
All right. Do I get any bonuses?
Let's see. Virtuous, social grace.
Social status. Doesn't really look like it.
No.
No. All right. It's got 1d6. I'm wanting to roll high because it's cold calculated action. Rolled a 3, and my number is 2.
Nice.
Then, yes, you think you recognize it. There are 3 people that you think this letter could possibly be written by. What are their names?
Ooh.
You asking me or are you telling me?
I'm asking you.
Ask me. Okay.
You've got
well, one of
narrowed
them's got to
down
be
to
Javier.
3 people. Yeah, Javier.
I want to say Melly is another.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
Yourself.
I might have written this, but I'm not
The
sure.
only 3 people in the game who don't hate me, theoretically.
Allegedly.
yeah. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
that's actually kind of funny. If the other one could be myself, like I clocked the handwriting, like, oh, did I write this? Maybe, I don't remember writing this. Maybe it was kind of looks like, well, maybe Javier, maybe Melly because they're friends, and like all these kind of thoughts just sort of whiz through my head as I still kind of am handing it back.
Mhm.
I think you dropped this.
Oh, my bad. I apologize. I was just coming to refill my my glass.
Oh, of course. Would you like
Yes.
the cooler water? We have a small underground storage area.
Oh, that would be delightful. Thank you.
The cask
Of course, one moment.
Yes.
And Alexander says, "Oh, and please let the rest of our guests know that dinner shall be prepared in approximately 10 minutes after I will retrieve your water and then begin serving in the main dining hall."
I shall. Thank you.
And so Alexander, yeah, he's going to go outside and retrieve a bottle of cool underground water.
Cool underground water.
I
You
take
never
the
heard
letter
of it.
back and I will tell everyone that, yes, hello, dinner is to be served soon in approximately 10 or 15 minutes.
Well, let's head towards
Alexander
the
just
dining
wanted me to let you all know.
Mhm.
All right, and you all move towards the dining area?
room.
Yeah.
All right. We've got a table with 6 seats. Who's sitting where? So I'm going to say like one end of the table, 2 and 2.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do we all just walk in and sort of look at the chairs and look at each other?
I assume that's the case unless one of you immediately is like, no, I'll sit here.
I think Charles just be like, still kind of just like riding high. He's gonna go sit at one of the end of the table.
Emilio is going to try to sit as close to Charles as possible.
That should be pretty easy.
Valia is going to sit not next to them.
Across or on the other end of the table.
Yes.
Are you on the other end of the table, or are you like across angle wise?
So
I
are you
mean-
like catty corner, or are you like
What?
at the head of the table?
Which
Is it that?
are they on seats on like the side of the table, or is one of them at one of the ends?
So Charlie's on the
You
end,
can't see anything.
and
I drew
Yeah,
it.
Emilio is next to him.
yeah.
Okay. So I think I'm like I think I'm like diagonally. So if there's like one there and one there, I'd be like there.
Okay, yeah.
Then I'll sit in between Charles and Valia.
Okay.
So we're sitting both of us on the same side of the table. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
And then Javier is going to sit next to his cousin.
Of course.
Just kidding. I keep mixing this up. Javier is going to sit next to his partner's cousin because his partner is going to sit at the head of the table because he's the host.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, like Alexander's gonna return in a couple minutes. So if you wanna, while the cat's away, the mice can play. If you wanna
And
do anything before
I'm
I come
going
back.
to say that as you all sit down, Melly, as you find your seat, you hear what kind of sounds like a paper crinkling underneath you.
Oh, what was that? Is it a game? And
You
Melly's sort
might
of going to sit up a
starch
little
your dress a little bit.
and reach under and pull something out, I assume.
Yes, you're going to have a letter in your hands with your name on it.
A letter? Oh, look, everyone, I got a letter.
Oh,
This is
goodness.
so interesting.
Who is it from?
A letter
I don't know. Let's open it.
Oh.
Melly's going to grab
Okay.
her silverware and open the letter.
Oh. Well, I suppose a knife is similar to a letter opener.
What's in it?
Oh, yes. Okay. Let me read the letter.
Oh.
My dearest Melisandre, I find myself unable to sleep soundly, captivated by the wholeness of your beauty. The light of your smile is like that of the sun itself, and it burns through me like a fire. I find myself unable to tell you to your face, so I hope this letter shall suffice. Warmly, and then there is just a straight line where the signature would be.
Interesting.
My word.
Melly reads the letter to herself.
Okay.
Goes on a face journey. Well, an interesting bit of correspondence, and she will fold it up and set it down.
So you got a letter here at
Alexander's place for you?
It would seem so. It was addressed with me, and
Who is it from?
well, that's the most interesting thing. It doesn't say.
Fascinating.
that ain't strange whatsoever. No, you know.
Yes.
All right. Well, I mean, if you don't want to share with the table, that's okay. You just,
Do you want me to read it out loud?
Oh, you don't need to read out loud. I'm just wondering, like, you seem to go on a journey while reading it.
Ah, yes. It was
Very vivid facial expressions.
Yes, very vivid. Very.
Oh, I understand if you need me to read it. I'm quite the Rapunzel.
Oh, he ain't wrong about that.
Yes.
Okay.
Why not? And Melly grabs the letter and hands it to Emilio.
Okay. Okay, what lyrics am I singing?
Oh, I don't
Roll
remember
the
what I
back
said.
yesterday.
I basically just wildly recount the contents of the letter.
Do you keep it accurate or do you embellish?
Like drama class 100.
Reading
Like
reading one of
full on
song.
like Italian style like arm movements.
Lovely.
Wow.
What do you say when you get to end? Like signed. How do you end it?
Signed. And I throw the paper. I just toss it.
Just like a little.
I would kind of like that back.
Well, no. Well, I'll be. That's a. No, Manny. Who do you know about something like that?
Well, I do not often receive many love letters, so
No.
no. So I do not know. Yes.
My dear friend, let me give you some advice. If they cannot tell you their feelings in person, why accept them?
But
And I
it's
just hold the letter out. Like, I understand if you'd like it back, but if it were me, I would just set it ablaze.
Melly snatches the letter. Do not say it is beautiful and lovely.
Oh, the
Yes.
prose is eloquent, but
Yes.
the meaning is terrible.
Well,
Well, I don't know about all that, but to each their own.
I'm gonna smell the letter.
All right, that's a little extra. I'm not going to allow me to.
It smells of magnolia.
Yeah, I wanna see if I could tell a scent from it. This is the 1800s.
Oh.
Everybody wears all sorts of piles of perfume
Oh,
and
you're
things.
right.
Yeah.
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 That's
I'm
how
gonna
it's
say-
signed.
That to suss it out,
Ooh.
this feels very precise.
I'm bad at that.
I know.
You detect notes of oak.
I am
Um,
going to say that this seems like something you do. I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah.
It feels like
on
circumstance
brand.
favors you.
Love.
Yeah, it seems on brand, so you get an extra
Yeah.
die.
I'm on my bullshit.
All right, so roll 2d6 and try to get a 6 on either of them.
I got a 6.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, so you make it out, and it certainly smells of magnolia, but you're picking up another scent too. You can't quite make out what it is. It's almost some notes of oak.
Interesting.
So that's interesting.
Mhm.
And do you react in any way?
It smells of oak and wood and splendid.
Yeah.
My friend, that's paper.
Well,
Well,
paper does not smell like wood, does it?
No, it's been bleached and treated. Did they not tell you how paper is made?
My dear, I know how paper is made.
to be fair, I don't. But that's not really here.
Well, paper is made when you take the wood pulp, and she goes on.
and so, hey Javi, you recognize that letter at all? I mean, I know you just got here, but you and this letter, and my dear niece, maybe is Alexander playing anything with us?
I do not know.
Javier.
Javier clears his throat and says, I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Well, you say so.
Then Alexander reappears with a glass for Valia, and then starts placing out dishes along the center of the table.
Alexander, someone loves me.
I'm sure.
Yes, there was an entire note underneath the chair.
A note.
Yes.
Ah, why, Valia, that looks rather similar to the one I saw you had.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
That
Is
one.
this-
I...
Oh, was these medallions between the two of you that I should...
Oh, no.
My apologies.
is this
No.
something you shared with the table, or is this
Valia, you
a
love me?
personal order?
I mean, you are a very dear friend of mine. Nelly.
Melly like turns because you're sitting right next to each other,
Yeah.
and she like puts her hands on the arms of your chair. You think my smile brightens the room like the sunshine?
I did not write that letter, but I assure you, you are one of my most wonderful friends.
Oh, but please, it is. You do not need to deny it any longer.
Yeah, don't go playing games with my niece. You know.
I promise you that is not my handwriting. Unless you wrote this to me, and they will pull the letter out. I hadn't thought it particularly relevant to the situation at hand, but it seems to have become relevant now. And they will open it up and read it.
Are we all getting letters? Did I miss the metaphorical memo?
I don't know.
No.
You open up the letter, and it says, Dearest Valia, I find myself longing to hear the offspring of your intellect. Your eye for beauty astounds me. And I wonder if that is why you spend so much time in front of the looking glass. Do you recognize your own beauty? I certainly do. Signed. And another straight line.
Interesting. How similar does it look to the letter that Melly is currently holding and sharing with me?
Identical.
I have never seen you look at a looking glass before, but I'm
Well,
sure it will be beautiful.
I have a small pocket mirror inside my pocket watch.
Perhaps you could demonstrate.
Yeah, why don't you demonstrate for the whole party? Oh, yeah. Technique. I like the
Yes,
technique.
see? Yes, the letter is true.
Emilio vomits a little bit.
Oh, unsightly.
Oh, Emilio.
As ever.
Someone seems to have a bit of a crush on the both of us. Do you not see how these letters are identical, Melly?
They have many different words.
But the handwriting, the quality of the paper, the ink. Do you
The
not
notes
see
of
the quality
oak
of this rare ink?
I smell Valia's letter.
You're getting some notes of oak.
You're right. They are made by the same person. So, how can they sent it to both of us? But
Well, yes. One can be in love with more than one person at a time, my dear.
Really?
It's not exclusionary.
Oh, splendid. That's wonderful to hear.
Charles takes a long sip.
Are you in love with multiple people, Valia?
Not at the moment.
Not today.
Well, I admit this is rather more entertainment than I had foreseen at
I agree.
this dinner party, but at least it seems to have quenched your thirst for such frivolous things, Melly.
It is not frivolous. It is a matter of the heart. These are the only things that truly matter.
An anonymous letter is the only thing that truly matters, not anything else in the entire world.
No.
Stick with it.
Interesting.
Well, yeah.
And looks over at Valia to try and gauge in a glance if they agree with Melly.
Agree
Kind of
with
doing the
Melly on.
Nothing else matters.
Nothing else matters but love.
Volga does not particularly agree with that, but love is very important. It's just not the only thing that matters, you know. Keeping up appearances, personal hygiene, that sort of stuff also does matter.
Is love not the highest form of art? Look at the words here. They're so beautiful.
They are. They are incredibly gorgeous.
You do have a wonderful intellect.
And your smile does brighten up a room.
It does, doesn't it?
Yes. I'm so glad. You recognize your own brilliance.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, Emilio is kicking himself because he didn't realize that this is actually a dinner party and not just a party. So he was prepared for like the stamina to go like all night, and now they're sitting eating like steak. I don't know.
Whatever they ate.
Roast
back
chicken
then.
and vegetables.
Yeah, bird.
Birds.
Birds.
Fish and caviar.
Duckling
Yes, caviar is definitely there.
Oh yeah.
with a side of chandelier.
Yeah. How,
It's a
how
under
do
the
you eat a
chandelier.
chandelier? One piece at
Under
a
the
time.
chandelier.
Well,
I guess Alexander will come to sit at his seat as well. And before sitting down, we'll raise a glass and, do the gentle ding, 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 ding to call
Yes.
attention. Yes, thank you, guests, one and all, for coming to this gathering here tonight. I appreciate everyone for coming to celebrate the return of Javier, gestures towards Javier, for the beautiful piano and accompaniment earlier this evening. And I hope to see more of these pleasantries and gestures towards Melly and Valia as we continue. This is just the sort of thing to welcome Javier back from the war. To Javier and a night of pleasantries.
Yeah.
To a night
Yeah.
of pleasantries.
Cheers.
hold the pleasantries.
Another side eye at Emilio before sitting down.
Now, Xander, has anyone else been in your home today?
I had a number of people coming in and out, largely family members, in order to help me with the cooking earlier today and setting aside plates and such. But there was a doctor that came through, a physician, to check on Javier, of course.
I don't know any doctor.
A number of people.
seen a
You've
doctor.
never been to a physician.
No, I've been to. I just don't know them socially.
I see. Understood. Well, it seems like this letter was anonymous. I assume that is
Yes,
what you
but
are
this
trying to
person
get to the root
obviously
of.
has an intimate knowledge of myself and Valia. It is so wonderful.
Yes.
Well, I mean, not necessarily. One can see that your smile, Melly, is quite large from a distance, and most that travel in social circles would be well aware of Valia's intellect. It does not seem very
Yes, thank you.
incisive to me.
doesn't.
Well,
Beauty,
Well-
smiles, intellect, these things can be witnessed by anyone after mere single meeting.
But there's a beautiness of the heart that this conveys. The inner beauties. Anyone can plainly see by looking at me that I'm gorgeous, but this truly conveys a connection.
Perhaps.
And you're saying that the only people that I know are right here, no one else.
well, now that's interesting, ain't it?
It is an interesting supposition.
So then if we're trying to determine who writ this letter, then it would be someone here.
Well,
That might be a conclusion that you're jumping to, Melly, but yeah, I'd be keen on your thoughts.
yes,
This
I
hypothesis.
It's the only way to get to a conclusion. You got to jump.
truly,
Well,
I
I'm
would
not-
be curious. Because, Alexander, it seems you are not aware of the locations of these letters, even though they are in your own house. So, it must be someone who was supposed to be here, who wouldn't seem out of place,
And how did they know I was going to sit
already
here?
had a reason to be here. So perhaps it was one of us here. Perhaps it was a family member from earlier. But either way, it was certainly someone invited.
Hmm.
Amelia,
Did,
do any of your
did
family
any-
members love myself and Valia?
Now that's a loaded question, ain't it?
You got that right, Charles.
No? None?
No. Did anyone else get any of these fancy schmancy letters? You know.
Feeling left out, are you, Charles?
Okay, look. It's not the point. I'm just like, there's more people. Maybe they have more feelings. I know you are very. You're not always about the feelings, Alexander. But sometimes you find feelings are the way to get to the bottom of it.
Charles,
I feel
this
a great
is
many
the side
things.
of you I have never encountered. This is outstanding.
When he
Uh,
wants to be, he is a fabulous romantic.
Thank you, Melly. Anyways, about that. So, I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, it definitely wasn't me. No offense, Val, but it definitely wasn't me. Maybe offense,
Okay.
Val. I don't know.
Well, and you wouldn't write this letter to me.
No. I mean, you're my niece. Why would I write to you?
Exactly, yes.
You are a wonderful person, but
Mhm.
mm,
Yes, of course. So,
oh, could Charles look at that letter, see if he recognizes any of the handwriting?
Mm.
yeah, Millie's just sort of throwing hers around, so you could definitely grab it.
You get a glimpse of it.
Yeah, because I was going to say, Volga probably doesn't want Charles reading the letter, but also it just...
All right, Charles, you want to try to read that letter?
Yeah.
All right. This is probably a cold thing.
Definitely a cold, yeah.
So you want to roll high.
I want to roll high. That's never good for me. Would I just be rolling a d6?
I can't think of anything else to apply.
Yeah, neither can I.
Maybe roguery, if you had roguery as your...
I do have roguery.
Could sort of apply. I will
I don't know
say
this to be roguery because you're being very honest in your intention.
for once,
Just
yes,
straight
Charles is.
forward.
Yes. I rolled a 5.
Well, then you succeed. You do recognize this handwriting.
Oh.
You remember... Well, actually, it's not the handwriting you recognize.
Oh.
It's the style. Charles, you've received letters like this before. And
Uh-huh.
as you make eye contact with the author of the letters, he stands, clears his throat, and says, "I'll be upstairs for the time being. I'm not feeling well."
Of course, dear. Should I bring you anything?
Why don't you come along with me?
Of course. Excuse me one moment. Please help yourself to any food and drink that you wish. Do not bother with the dishes. I can come back for them later. And please avail yourself to the piano. You will find a violin as well in the case to the side, if that also should take your fancy. And nods and heads up with Javier.
Charles will look at the letter. He would look up, meet Javier's eyes, and kind of look back down, and mostly just kind of a studious face, kind of looking at it. He's gonna furrow his brows a bit and just like, well, Melly, I can't say I do recognize this at all. Not whatsoever.
Well, thank you for trying, Uncle.
If y'all excuse me, I need to go get some air. And he's gonna kind of, I don't know, go to the kitchen or go to like outside, not like out the front door, balcony or something.
As you leave, I think you hear Melly turn to Valia and say, "So if you were going to write a letter about me, what would you say?"
Oh, well, I would say that you are always fun to be around, that you liven up any room, certainly. Makes it so much more lively. That conversation with you is always incredibly entertaining, quite frankly. And you do have quite a bright smile. It is wonderful.
Would Emilio, I'm sorry, would Emilio have noticed that Charles's face went through like a roller coaster of emotions reading through that letter and like recognizing that like, oh, Charles knows something?
I think the dead giveaway would definitely be the furrowed eyebrows.
Yeah, so you didn't really make any effort to like hide your reactions.
Yeah, he was stoked through most of it because he was definitely studious, but like most of it, his eyebrows are very expressive. Like, so him like kind of looking at it and just like, it's something that is not a big tell because he prides himself on not like, you know, telling too many people what he's thinking. But Emilio's been around long enough to recognize that.
Emilio is not one for subtlety or for personal space. Basically, like as soon as like the dinner part of the dinner party is over, which could be later, Emilio just wants to get everyone as rowdy as possible and then bust into Javier's room to try to make him feel better, quote unquote.
I have a couple questions. What did you mean by this?
Like,
what did you, when you said quote unquote, I'm obsessed. What are the implications?
Does Emilio notice the series of fuck me eye trades across the evening?
With
So,
Javier
okay. All right. Well,
Emilio is impulsive for revelry.
Before we get into Rager time, we're going into the private chambers of Javier and Alexander.
The private and intimate life.
The private and intimate life. And as you look around the room, Alexander, and you see Javier's hardly unpacked. On some level, this still feels like a half-filled room. You know, He's been away for months on end, and this whole time you've had this entire chamber to yourself. And now he's here. But it doesn't feel the same yet. It feels as if he were dropped into it, when once it seemed like it was just as much his as yours. And you notice that he's not looking you directly in the eye. And he clears his throat, and he starts fumbling around in his bag.
I'm just going to, I think, wait and not pressure him. And I can, if he's not looking me directly in the eye, I'll just sort of maybe stand a few paces away and like be looking around at like boxes and things, and trying to like not intently staring at him or anything, trying to make an easeful atmosphere for him to do whatever he's going to do.
And he raises his hand up out of the bag and turns to face you. And you see that he's holding an envelope with your name on it. And he holds it out to you.
Shall I read it now?
And he doesn't say anything, but he nods and sits back down on the bed. And he stares out the window.
What does it say?
You open the letter and it says, "My dearest Alexander, in my time away, I have fallen terribly ill. Yes, with a physician's issue, but with another form of sickness that has not yet found its cure. I have thought long and hard about what I have left behind when I went off to the war front. And I have found things I didn't realize were there before I left. But I know them now. I know these loves, and I have named them. I have put them to pen so that I might free them from the inside of my thoughts. But know that my love for you has diminished in no way. It has only grown. And I ask humbly that you continue to stay with me through whatever beautiful new forms the illness of the heart takes. Dearly yours, Javier."
I'll fold the letter back up and tuck it into the envelope, put it inside my jacket, and I'll come to sit next to Javier and say, "Well, my dear, I must admit, I rather thought perhaps you might have hidden the letters a little better, but I shan't hold that against you."
And he laughs.
It was wonderful to see you playing piano again, but I am talking around the very obvious topic that we must discuss. And of course, I've always known you to have a large heart and a large brain. Surprises me not at all that your heart only grows. And I will, of course, stand by your side, as long as you'll have me, to explore where your heart will, where it wants to go. And I see no illness, but an expansion. So yes, I am very happy that you have shared this with me and with others. And, well, I know not how we travel forth from here, but can travel forth together.
And he smiles and says, I'm just as lost, but I'm glad to be lost with you. And he leans in for a kiss.
Yay, they kiss.
They kiss. And I think we cut to Emilio's Rager. Tell us what this is like, this intense party.
Emilio's on the violin because, of course, Emilio plays the violin, and he's trying to get everyone hopped up on champagne, pants liquor, whatever he has, and going through the old Russian folk song Korobeynik, which astute listeners will know as Tetris A.
Banging.
And try to get everyone just absolutely in a state of intoxication, if you will.
With like bombastic fun and things, Melly's definitely going to try and grab Vanya out of the chair to like, come on, let's dance.
Oh goodness! Oh, if you insist, absolutely.
Do you listen to this music? It's fabulous.
It is. It's certainly stirring. Yes,
Let's get started.
I recognize the old folk tunes. Yes.
And as the two of you dance, you both notice that as Javier dances with Alexander, he looks over at both of you and smiles and waves daintily.
I wave
back. I didn't realize that.
He seems to be in better spirits now.
Well, I am certainly glad. I think perhaps the time alone does someone some good.
Yes. I find I much prefer to be in company.
Well, to each their own then, and this is certainly unique company.
Yes, there is no equal.
There is none. Certainly. For better and... Yes, for better.
For better.
Emilio is still fiddling away, and he's going to try to go over to Javier and try to get him really, really into him. Really into it.
He's going. He's hyped.
Really messed up.
I honestly, at this point, I would say like Charles has drunken enough scotch. He's gonna go to the piano as well. And Charles doesn't play piano that well, but he's gonna start playing piano just because Emilio is like, Emilio's bringing out bangers on the violin. So he's gonna attempt to play something like something
Charlie banging out
bluesy
the
as well.
tunes.
Yeah, Emilio banging out the tunes.
Javier, the war can't touch us out here. Live a little bit.
Javier is definitely living it up.
Yeah.
Living it up on top, if you will.
Can I like roll something to get him to do like something like really, really impulsive? I don't know what.
That would be definitely a hot roll. That's a hot roll. And I would say that this is 3 dice. That is your speciality.
Yeah, all right. I rolled a 2, a 3, and a 4.
Well, okay, you got your exact number, so you can ask anyone here a question.
What? Okay, I'll ask the GM speaking for Javier, I suppose. What does Javier want from all of this? Like the party, all the closest people that he may or may not have written these love letters to, all together, what does he truly want?
What he wants is connection.
Okay. I will very clearly continue my course of action.
All right, go ahead and give us another roll.
Is that another 3?
Yep.
4, 4, and 6.
Wow, it sucks. You do a really bad job.
You're getting so into it, you break one of the strings.
Yes. You get to
I
it
just
and you
accidentally
go over to
punched
get to first
Javier in the face.
Oh,
You're gonna.
I just clock him right in the teeth.
Just
Javier!
like you're going to, yeah, and just like you're going so hard on the strings, just go like you move too hard, just
and
I would like Javier to fall, but be caught by either Valia or Melly.
or both.
yes, absolutely.
Both.
Who does it?
What do you think, CJ?
Yes. I think we can.
Catch
I
him?
think we probably notice that he is looking, and we'll dance on over.
So he's just been cold clocked with a violin bow, as Emilio's been trying to amp him up. Do you want to catch him, or should I?
Why not both?
I think I probably go in maybe to do it sort of slowly and subtly, but you probably just
Ugh! Yeah, Mally definitely whole hogs it.
And Javier falls into your arms.
Xander, get some ice.
Oh, come
yes,
on,
good
this
idea.
I
isn't a
think
real
it's not that
Moscow
type of
party
falling
until-
into your arms, dear.
This isn't a real Moscow party until at least 3 people lose a tooth. Come on!
It's not 30 people
Dear.
here, Emilio. Perhaps you can just volunteer all of your teeth and be done with it.
You do hear a snort from the
Quite
piano.
like my teeth. And I quite like her teeth too. I mean, that is the lovely smile.
Thank you. I like my teeth as well. Why,
Yes.
Xander?
Come back with us.
Melly's applying it to Javier's face.
Wrap it. I take off my bow tie, I guess, and I unravel it and wrap the ice in that to apply to his head.
Perfect.
Mm.
Is he awake?
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh, okay.
Just like you just got punched. Yeah.
I think this was more of a romantic swoon than anything else.
Well, he lost his balance.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he wasn't
Yes.
like he didn't literally like he didn't pass out.
Mhm.
Are you all right?
Yes, I. It's about time I saw some action.
Too far from the front?
Yes,
Well, can you stand?
yes, I'll. And he stands up.
Well,
I think Charles will get up and just kind of walk over. It's like, Emilio, I know you're like the rowdy one, but just like, ease up on the fiddle. I mean, you already broke a string and you almost broke one of his teeth.
What are my strings?
You know,
I did say the violin was for us to use. I'm sorry, I'm so intense with my musicality.
yeah, that's
Could
what
call
Charles
it
said.
Emilio's very drunk.
Let's see. I will restring this. Thank you.
Mhm.
And it was entertaining while it lasted.
There's a
Really
joke
rousing.
we made there about the G string, and I don't have the bravery to make it.
We don't need to.
Well, don't
can-
worry.
Let it exist in the ether without being
Yes.
manifested.
Yes.
Mhm.
And the Moscow party rolls into the night.
Mhm.
And eventually, so before we finish up, I want one little scene between Melly and Valia.
all right.
Okay.
So, where do we find ourselves? You think? Are we sitting
I'm gonna
somewhere?
say
Are we?
it's the end of the night, and the two of you are sitting on a chaise in the drawing room.
Yes. Yes. I think Volya for quite some time has had enough alcohol in them that they have been trying to sing along gloriously, like the, trained opera star they are, but their voice really still hasn't recovered, so it's been a bit creaky. But they've just been having a wonderful time and are maybe perhaps laid down in Melly's arms or, you know, with some sort of physical intimacy.
Yeah. Melly would definitely accept a drape. And she is belting along out of tune with you.
And Valia normally would kind of turn their nose up and sneer at this, but finds from Melly it's quite endearing.
And as the music stops, Melly, you realize there's a question on your mind.
Valia,
Yes.
did we figure out who wrote the letters?
Well, I think I did. But I think also this right here is lovely. Oh, it was Javier.
Oh.
That's the reason he threw this whole party.
Oh.
He wanted to have all the people he loved together, and well, seems he had an eye for some of them, you know.
Oh.
That is, yes.
Well, I was a little excited when I thought it was you.
I'm not going to lie. The thought that you might have written it was also quite enchanting.
Melly would
So,
put her hand up to touch at Valia's cheek.
yes. And Valia will return the gesture.
And then Melly would go towards you.
Yes. Yes.
Mwah.
And they will have a
And-
lovely embrace and kiss.
The camera zooms out, floats up over the Moscow air, and in the midst of this harsh winter, there's a house with a light on and a warm glow. And that's the end of our session for today.
Woo!
Yes. Oh, so good.
Awesome.
That was great. That was amazing.
It
Nice.
took a lot more of a wholesome slant than most games of this tend to.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
know
Yeah.
the way like all the relationships played out in the beginning. I thought we were gonna be plotting to
Each other.
murder each other, and
I know.
instead, in the end, we're just a giant polycule.
Yeah.
That's the best way to end.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching. You can find us here on Twitch every Sunday, starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Is that right?
2 p.m. PST. 5
2
p.m.
p.m. PST, 5 p.m. EST, 4 p.m. CST. If you're me, and that's the time
Yes.
that you
Yeah,
try hard to
Central Time
remember.
Yes.
7 a.m. Australian time.
7?
Hey.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So great way to start your mornings if
Mhm.
you're
In
Australian.
Australia.
Maybe love some Saturday morning roleplay. Your Sunday morning roleplay.
Sunday morning.
It's Monday morning.
Saturday
Monday
Monday
morning
morning.
Yeah,
roleplay.
right.
You can
Monday.
also
I get it once.
Days of the week.
you can
I
also
was-
find more tabletop roulette content. Follow us on Twitter at TTRPG Roulette. Search up tabletop roulette in your podcatcher of choice. We've got a lot of great stuff going on currently. We are putting out episodes of a Masks game that is a really fun listen that I highly recommend. And once more before we go, do we want to plug anything that we're working on?
Sure.
All right, let's do the reverse order as we did at the start. So, Mikey, do you want to go first?
I got nothing other than you can go and buy this game, Chandeliers and Caviar, by our Corbin Appleby at corvinappleby.itch.io/chandeliers and caviar. It's $1. Like
It's $1
it's $1.
Tip your indie creators.
for just and give it. And if you want to give a tip, I won't say
Please
no to
do.
that. Thank you. Where can people find you on Twitter?
At Mikey Rids. Don't really recommend it. I don't use it that much.
All right. So don't follow Mikey on Twitter.
Don't follow, don't like, don't
do it.
subscribe.
Don't look.
Shut down your
click the
computer.
bell.
You
Unclick
do
it.
not see it, not hear it.
There's
All right,
no-
Logan.
Like John Cena.
Yes, I am and will continue to be Logan. You can find me on Twitter at ink_and_stories. My games are at breathingstories.itch.io. Also part of Compass Rose Productions, who make stories centering queer and disabled and people of color's voices. That's at Compass Rose Prod on Twitter. I'm also making serious games and board games with The Amble Studio at The Amble Studio on Twitter. So I'm just on Twitter a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Adira.
Well, I'm Adira Slattery. You can find me on Twitter at Adira Slattery. You can find my games at adira.itch.io. You can go to adiraslattery.com. Next week at this time, we're going to be playing my game Tension on Tabletop RPG Roulette, and that'll be a lot of fun. Tension is a game for 2 to 3 players about a killer investigator, and it's very neat. Yeah, so Google me if you want. Dusty.
Hi, yes. I am Dusty. You can follow me on Twitter at Dusty Hill. You could mostly find me here on Tabletop Roulette. I am one of the people that heads these streams. Usually don't see me here except for when I play. I'm usually in the director's room. Mostly just laughing at everyone's really good jokes and enjoying the show from the back end. But yeah, you'll definitely check out here next week. You'll be able to see Tension with both Adira and actually the other person that runs the stream, Reed, lovely person. So definitely follow us at Twitter at Tabletop Roulette, TTRPG Roulette Live _ TTRPG Roulette, and then just follow us. And CJ.
Yeah, hello. I have been CJ, pronoun she, her, hers. You can find me on Twitter at CJApples1. I don't really have any big projects coming up, but the last cool thing I did was some voice acting for a literary magazine called Choreo, which publishes speculative fiction from immigrant and diaspora authors. So...
Nice.
Yeah, and that is Choreo, Khoreo, Choreo with a K, not with a C. Yeah.
Awesome. And then I'm Corvin. You can find me on Twitter at Corvin Appleby. You can find my games at corvinappleby.itch.io. Most recently, I put out 2 games in the past couple weeks. I put out a coffee shop hack of Stew Pot called Brew Pot, set in an urban fantasy environment with a lot of slice of life wacky antics. And then speaking of wacky antics, I also just put out a 1-player game for Cat McDonald's Carta Jam with Peach Garden Games. The game is called Running with a Mouthful of Toast, and it is about being late for school in like a goofy anime / Saturday morning cartoon universe. So if those sound fun to you, if this game was fun to you, or if the concept of other games sounds fun to you, check out some of my stuff. I've been putting out like a game like pretty much every month since October.
Wow.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much for watching.
Thank you. And for now, bye.
Bye.
Oh, stay lucky.
Stay lucky.